March 7th. We got a big slate of games for us today. A lot of college basketball, a lot of soccer to go over for tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to even touch on the MMA UFC main event fight tonight. So a lot to get into. Our man Dynamite David is going to join us in a little bit to give his college basketball picks. But first, we'll get into the MMA UFC. It's not really my thing to bet on, but my man Truck and Tie gave me some picks for tonight. So we're going to go with Israel Adesanya plus 130 by KO, TKO, DQ, or submission versus Jan Blachowicz. We're also going to go with Adesanya and Jan Blachowicz under 3.5 rounds. Adesanya, round 3, fight will finish. And then we also have Adesanya by KO, TKO, DQ in round 3 plus 1,000. And we have Adesanya by submission in round 3 plus 10,000. So we got a lot of stuff covered. We're really big on the third round. We think he'll get the KO in the third round. We got the under 3.5, and we got him by KO or submission overall in the fight. So a lot on Adesanya tonight versus the Polish Jan Blachowicz. All right. That's our MMA. Thanks to Truck and Tie for those picks. We'll see if those hit today. But now we move on to the soccer. Not a whole lot in the EPL tomorrow morning, but we are going to go with West Brom plus 145 versus Newcastle. Newcastle is just in total disarray right now. And if West Brom's going to win a game, this is going to be one they win. So I don't know if West Brom's getting better, but their defense should hold tight. This has draw written all over it, but I think West Brom can sneak a goal, and that plus 145 number really, really is nice there. All right, let's move on to La Liga, and we're going to go with Granada, plus 320, draw no bet versus Athletic Bilbao. We got a nice Athletic Bilbao win during the week in the Copa del Rey to go to the final versus Barcelona. That should be one hell of a final in the Copa del Rey. Two really old school teams that have been part of La Liga history for forever. But I think Athletic Bilbao will have a little bit of a slow start. Granada probably not the greatest team to really put pressure on them, but maybe they slip up a little bit, and I just thought the plus 320 draw no bet was really, really decent value here. So we're going to go with Granada, plus 320, draw no bet versus Athletic Bilbao. Next up, the big matchup on Sunday, Atletico Madrid, minus 140, draw no bet versus Real Madrid. This will pretty much decide whether there's a title race in La Liga. If Real Madrid can get 3 points here, it'll put a lot of pressure on Atletico Madrid. If Atletico Madrid can somehow manage to win this game, they will just start to pull away, and I think the La Liga title will be theirs. But I'm hoping Atletico Madrid comes out with a little bit more aggressive game plan versus a worn and tired Real Madrid team that's pretty beat up here. So Atletico Madrid, minus 140, draw no bet. Next, we'll move to the Bundesliga. Only one game we like today or tomorrow morning in the Bundesliga, and that's going to be Werder Bremen, minus 125, draw no bet versus Cologne. Werder Bremen starting to play a little bit better. Nice win last week, so maybe they're starting to come together a little bit. Cologne, definitely a middle-of-the-pack team, so I think Werder Bremen can put this away here and start to maybe get on a little bit of a roll here. So Werder Bremen, minus 125, draw no bet. And then we move on to Syria. We got 2 picks in Syria, and we're going to go with Roma, minus 1, plus 130 versus Genoa. Really like Roma every time versus these really weak teams. They should be able to put on a lot of goals. Hopefully they don't get backdoored and get one on this handicap that will hurt us. But I just think the value there where Roma can put up 2-3 goals and probably shut down Genoa is a really nice value. So AC Roma, minus 1, plus 130 versus Genoa. And then we'll go to Verona, plus 145, draw no bet versus AC Milan. Verona seems to give these top teams a little bit of a run for their money, makes it difficult on them. I think AC Milan's struggling right now. You saw that during the middle of the week. We almost had that UDZ bet. That late goal just cost us a whole lot of money, but I think Verona can play them tough here and maybe come away with a win. So Verona, plus 145, draw no bet. All right. Let's get in to the college basketball. We're going to bring in our man, Dynamite David, for his college picks this Saturday. Dynamite, what you got for us?
Hey everybody, Dynamite David here. I've got a lot of picks today for a big college basketball Saturday. I've got 8 Dynamite picks today for you. I'm going to go through them really quick. I like Virginia, -2.5 at Louisville. I like St. Bonaventure today in the tournament, +1.5 versus St. Louis. I like USC, -2.5 at UCLA. Illinois, +2.5 at Ohio State. Like the points here, Vanderbilt, +8.5 at Ole Miss. I'm going to take Drake, -2.5 versus Missouri State after Drake got the free pass yesterday, got to rest. I like UNLV, +1.5 at Wyoming. And I like Davidson, +2.5 against VCU in the tournament. Davidson's playing really good basketball right now. Anyway, back to you, champ.
All right, Dynamite. We're on the same wavelength today. We got some similar picks. First, I'm going to go with Bryant, -8.5 versus Sacred Heart. Just really want Bryant to do well in this tournament. I want them to win this conference tournament and get into the NCAA tournament. They are really fun to watch. They score a whole lot of points, play at really great pace, and just really fun. Sacred Heart should not be able to keep up with them if Bryant can defend at all, which is their main problem, but I think they'll be able to hang really defensively with Sacred Heart and keep them from scoring, and Bryant should roll this up. So Bryant -8.5. Next, we're going to go to the Patriot League tournament, and we're going to take a little bit of an upset, though they're their favorite, Bucknell, who's dominated this league for years and years. We're going to go with Lafayette. Lafayette's been the better team in this conference this year, and I think they will squeak by Bucknell here. We got Lafayette -1.5 versus Bucknell here, and let's just hope there's a new sort of bully on the Patriot League campus here, and it's Lafayette today. Next up, we're going to go with UTC, +1.5 versus ETSU. Both teams started to have some momentum in the middle of the season. ETSU has dropped off towards the end. I really like the way UTC's played towards the end of the season, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a nod here and have UTC +1.5. Next up, we're going to go to the Missouri Valley and Drake, -2.5 versus Missouri State. Really like Drake here. They had the night off because of Northern Iowa's positive COVID test. Missouri State should not be in their class, and maybe Drake makes that run to the Missouri Valley final, and maybe the MVC can get 2 teams in here, because I think Loyola Chicago will get an at-large no matter what happens in this tournament. So really low spread there for Drake. So Drake -2.5. Next up, we're going to go with St. Bonaventure's +1.5 versus St. Louis. I came into the morning thinking I was hoping St. Louis would get some nice plus here. Really shocked to see that St. Bonaventure's was getting +1.5. I thought St. Louis might be a little bit of a dark horse in this tournament, but I just can't pass this lineup. St. Bonaventure's is a better team than St. Louis, and if you're going to give me plus on St. Bonaventure's, I'm taking plus on St. Bonaventure's. There's just way too good a value there. And next up, we're going to go with Louisiana Lafayette +1.5. It's a day of the Lafayettes. One the smart school, one the Cajun school. So we're all over the Lafayettes today. We got the smart ones and the Cajuns. So Lafayette +1.5 versus South Alabama. I just think they're a better team. They're about similar Kim Palm ratings, but I've watched both teams play, and I just like the way Lafayette plays. Now, they struggled a little bit towards the end of the season. Hopefully, the tournament is new life for them in the Sun Belt, and I think that'll give them a little bit of a boost, and I think they come out ahead here. All right, we're going to go to the Big East. We rode St. John's in midweek. We're going to ride them again, getting +1.5 versus Seton Hall at home. We took Seton Hall also in midweek. They let us down to UConn. Seton Hall is just cratering right now, and I want St. John's here, +1.5 at home. They've been hot and cold. I think they will just pull out here and maybe give themselves a little bit of tournament life if they can win out here. So St. John's +1.5 at home versus struggling Seton Hall. And lastly, we took against them yesterday. I thought George Mason was the hot team. Davidson is a hot team. They have looked good 2 games in a row here. Davidson +2.5 versus struggling, and VCU here with their best player injured. He'll be out again today, and I just look for Davidson maybe to spring this upset, and maybe an A-10 upset going into the A-10 finals here, but I really like Davidson plus 2.5. They played great 2 days in a row. Can they topple a VCU who's hurt and probably already in the NCAA tournament here? So that's what we like for college basketball today. That's what we like for all our bets today. It's a loaded card. Be sure to follow us on greenlightnetwork.org, Greenlight Network on Facebook and YouTube, on GLN Champ 5 on Twitter and Instagram. That's our show, and we're out.